Most of you are in a terrible state and not fit to get out of bed all day. However, by mid-afternoon, it seems like a lot of people are trying to check in on you. Wide Wally, the head of engineering, drops by. Demo Dave, the guy in charge of the demo, asks when you'll be feeling better. Survey Sam checks in. It seems like a lot of important project leads suddenly got very interested in your health.
That'd probably be because of the assassination.
By the evening, you guys are feeling well enough to at least sit upright. And that's when your suspicion gets confirmed, Mason. Wide Wally comes back again, and seeing that you can actually answer the door, he tells you, Mason, there's been an accident. Brock didn't come back with the excavation team.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, since all y'all were sick, Brock decided to go in the mines himself. But as they were clearing out the last of the asteroid wall to place the chargers, they poked a hole into a lizard nest. The thing scurried out and jumped on the band. Apparently one big one jumped right on top of Brock.
So is the whole team still down there?
No. The others came back. They said that they lost Brock and his platform. They fought their way out and regrouped. The platform is secure now, but they couldn't find the body. My guess is it's likely a lizard dragged him off to make a meal out of him in peace from the others. Whoa. Brock is dead? I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Elvis. There's no body, but I don't think there's much point in hoping. Well, he could just be holed up in the mines. I'm feeling a little bit better. I bet Brock fought him off with a knife or something, and he's just waiting for rescue. Padre's team has swept the area twice without any success. Okay, sure, but 2 teams are better than 1. Who knows how far he'd have to run off? He could be anywhere.
Elvis, I don't think we're really in a state to run a mission. I can barely stand.
I've been sicker than Des. I'll go with Padre's team.
Wally, did Padre's team say they saw the lizard kill Brock?
They said it bit him. They don't know how bad, and the whole situation was a mess. I don't know. I'm starting to think this whole operation was cursed from the start. But they don't know he's dead.
When did Brock go missing?
Around noon, before lunch. It's been hours now. Well, how far would a lizard drag him? If he's not alive, they'd find the body by now. He must have made a run for it and he got lost.
All right, look, what about Kinsey's band? Do they have any luck? What's going on with them?
Must have been something you all ate because all of them are ill too. So's Big Deb. Sasha's fine. She said she didn't eat the ribs at your party, Mason, so I figure that might have done it. Padre is down with the same bug, though, so I don't know if that makes all the sense.
No, he came by for a little while.
Oh, well, all right, that does explain it then. Look, Elvis, I appreciate you wanting to help, but by my reckoning, Brock's a goner, and all we got left to find is the bones. The big question now is, what do we tell the colony, and what's the plan going forward?
Well, for now, here's what I suggest. Let everyone know there was an incident and Brock went missing. I'm sure everybody's already talking about it, so all we can do is get that out there. Let's spend at least 3 days trying to find the body. If we don't have any luck, we have to assume it's pretty likely he's done for anyway. We'll get the colony together and figure it out from there.
I suppose that'll have to do. I'll tell the others. Wally bustles off. Oh, come on, Mason. How are you going to sleep knowing that Brock might still be alive out in the mines?
I'm not going to sleep, Elvis. I'm going to toss and turn and throw up.
Well, how are you going to throw up in peace? It's not just heartburn. That's your soul that's burning. Within 3 days, everyone is feeling well enough to get around and make public appearances. Brock's body hasn't been found, but it's generally accepted that even if he's still in there, there's too much going on to spend the colony's work time with grieving and searching. All the bands are called together to speak to the colony in the central meeting hall. Padre offers to speak first.
I guess we were all too sick to pass notes ahead of this.
You never saw anything indicating that Padre wanted to communicate. He says, Ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of you saw Brock as something of a father figure. He was stern and stubborn, and while that always has borne fruit in the past, I think some of us recognize our current predicament was one we simply couldn't power through. Brock insisted, however, and upon facing several rather serious setbacks, he demonstrated why brute force isn't enough to carry the day every time. We'll always remember Brock for what he did and his leadership in the colony, and it is with great sadness that such a tremendous accident is how we have to say goodbye. But this isn't merely goodbye. It's also a new beginning. I'd like my band to join me up here, please. Padre's band comes up to the stage, holding their instruments. You've been disrespected, disaffected, and rejected too. Now sit back and listen, and elucidate the plan for you. The current thinking line is a waste of time. We've got to leave the nonsense behind. Now is when we cast off the albatross. I am the boss.
boss!
Oh my god! He's performing a musical coup!
I don't know why we weren't prepared for this, but I do not feel prepared for this.
Guys, we can't just let him take over like this. Grab your instruments, come on!
But Mason, what are we supposed to do? We can't just ad-lib an entire song.
Just follow my lead. Who made you elected? Opportunist hiding in sight. We should hold the power. We're virtuous, we take it by right. I declare that we are the rightful heirs, and also we don't talk to our hair. If the people want a stable cause, I am the boss! Wow, I cannot believe we made that up off the top of our heads.
Yeah, I say you guys are good role players. Nobody understands.
I barely understand.
The crowd is cheering, but Kinsey gets up on stage and pushes you guys aside. Listen to me, everyone. This is no time to enter a power struggle. I propose a triumvirate council, where each member of the bands can cast a vote towards our current way forward. Padre grabs the mic back. I disagree. These are stark times, and we need decisive, immediate leadership. We will take a vote now. Those in favor of a single leader, raise your hand.
I raise my hand.
And there it is. With both Mason and I seeing the same reality, Kinsey's plan is as doomed as this colony was under our previous trajectory. Kinsey grabs the mic again. Listen, we hadn't discussed this before now. We'll work it out and inform everyone of the new leadership plan as soon as possible. For now, everyone just go back to your regular business. Everybody begins to disperse, with a lot of muttering and murmuring. Kinsey turns on you and Padre. Are you two insane?
No. What kind of question is that?
A man of leadership is a man of action. You've always been passive, Kinsey. If I were you, I would stand myself down. Kinsey gives Padre the evil eye. You need to take this seriously. If we waste all of our time with a political war, we won't have time to do anything else.
Why'd you ask if I was crazy? I feel like, given the circumstances...
What else have we to do but wait? Brock's insane plan to destroy this asteroid was never going to succeed.
I feel like I just want to establish that what I did, given the circumstances, seems pretty rational. And I don't like you calling my sanity into question.
My hair and I both find you to be perfectly within your right mind, Mason. Don't trouble yourself with the subjugated warbling of an unfit leader.
Thank you, Padre. And also, thank you, Padre's hair, which talks to you.
Kinsey points at you. The both of you are off it. You'd better pull it together, and I mean yesterday. And then she storms off.
You're being very deconstructive.
Mason, you and I should work together to prevent Kinsey from reviving Brock's doomed plans. I know it may be difficult to swallow, but I wish to be leader, and I will fight you for it. If you oppose me, I refuse to stand down.
Well, Padre, as much as I appreciate both you and your hair standing up in defense of my sanity, I think that what you're leading me to is a situation where I'm in charge, and I'm calling your bluff. Your situation looks bad. Your crew got Brock killed, if the people believe the face of it, and you take advice from your hair, and let's be real, I'm the more moderate position, so I'm going to get the swing support.
You're a funny man to think yourself the calculated success. You'll soon find that your calculus is incorrect. But may the best man and the best hair win. Padre signals to his band. They join him as he walks off stage.
Mason, are you really going to take over the colony?
It's not taking over. I'm already one of the band leaders. It's just a promotion that I have to fight for with other people who are also in line for the position, just like any other job.
Yeah, and also like any other job, it's lame.
It's not lame. You get prestige and respect and deference.
Yeah, and paperwork and lots of complaints from everybody.
You know, all those things you listed are synonyms, Mason. And for two, you only get those things if you do a good job. Otherwise, people draw cartoons of you, and then they draw your name on the cartoon so everyone knows it's you, and the cartoon will be doing something stupid that you talked about, but in like a really simplified, exaggerated way, so that everyone, like including kids on the internet, can understand it.
They're going to do that to me anyway. They already do that.
Yeah, but if you're the big boss, it'll be angrier. Have you seen the colony newspaper clips about Brock this year? The ones before he died, I mean. They weren't very funny, they were just mean. There was one with Brock sawing his leg off, and his leg was labeled Asteroid.
Oh, I know. Just say that they can't make those cartoons anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you could, but you probably shouldn't, because Laura Paintberger happens to be the artist that draws those, and I think I totally got a shot with her. That's all gonna go down the tubes if she gets fired.
Oh, okay. No, okay, well, you can make Mason pass a law saying that Laura Paintberger is married to you, and that all the women are married to you, and that would solve your lady problems. There you go.
I'm not going to do that.
Well, you got my hopes up and then you knocked them down. You've lost my vote.
But none of the women are going to be happy about being legally obligated to date you, Lowry. Elvis, quit helping me come up with my platform.
I didn't hear you coming up with any ideas. I mean, obviously you need the help. Why don't you just let Padre be in charge?
Because he's crazy. He killed Brock and talks to his hair. No matter what he says, there's no future where Padre doesn't make everything worse.
Well, then you could back Kinsey. Then it's like a vote of 2-3, and Padre would have to kill you and Kinsey to take over. And that'd look super suspicious.
Kinsey is just going to want to destroy the colony because that's what Brock wanted. Padre's insane and Kinsey is delusional. I'm the only practical option.
No, you're in a false dilemma. We could nominate Demo Dave. He seems nice, and I remember his name because it alliterates.
No, that's dumb. We could call me Mayor Mason. I'm the only practical option.
Well, Elvis might actually be onto something. If we throw in a neutral outsider, it might be more impartial, and I bet the colony would be more receptive to it.
No, Demo Dave can't even play an instrument. It makes no sense. It's gotta be me.
Okay, well, I'm out of ideas, mostly because I know you'll shoot the rest of mine down.
And yet I'm still sure of my ideas, and that's why I've got to be leader, because I have the spine to stick to my guns.
Fine, what's your platform gonna be?
Padre and Kinsey suck.
Solid, I get it.
Well, great, you've got Elvis's vote, but it'd be better if you did something besides scare people. Also, I don't think voting is a thing. Paul, is the colony a democracy?
No, it's more like a tradition-based autocracy. The next leader is usually nominated by the previous one, and in cases where the next leader isn't selected, in the past the colony's band leaders would agree to a new foreman without a major fight. It's been a functional system in the small, task-oriented life of the colony so far, but this is a moment of turmoil.
Right, so just antagonizing the other band leaders won't actually win you much.
Maybe we should tell Kinsey that Padre is dangerous and ask her to vote for us.
This actually sounds like it's going to be worse than having no platform at all, because it sounds like if you can't get Padre or Kinsey to agree with you, you're going to have to fight them. And aside from me and Elvis, I don't see much of an army behind you.
Well, you, Larry, have an in with the equipment manager who looks after the biggest weapons in the place. Deb fixes up the band platforms, and without her, the other bands are in trouble. And I happen to know the demo people who still have on hand our explosive munitions, because they didn't actually get used for the mining project.
You're assuming that Padre gave those munitions back.
Even if his band still has those bombs, he doesn't know how to turn them back into weapons without help from Demo Dave. So that's our first stop. Thanks, guys. I got my platform figured out. Vote for Mason, because he's holding all the cards and all the bombs, and he's already won. Paul, I go out to find Sasha.
Nobody's working after Brock's funeral because no one has taken charge, and the current phase requires one of the band members to blow up the back of the asteroid, so you find Sasha in her room.
Hey, Sasha, you got a minute?
Mason, did you kill Brock?
That is a heavy accusation to be thrown at me in broad daylight right outside of your doorstep.
She grabs you and pulls you inside. Did you kill Brock?
I was very busy that day throwing up and pooping myself.
Because of meat that you knew was bad, that everyone ate except for Brock's band, who are the only ones who can confirm how Brock died, and nobody can find the body.
I wouldn't give myself food poisoning to set up some kind of assassination. Do you know how crazy that would be? Who would do something like that? They'd have to be some kind of sociopathic maniac. Genius.
What?
I said they'd have to be a sociopathic maniac.
All right. It did sound a little crazy.
It's fine.
It's just, on Brock's funeral, you guys decided to announce you're competing to figure out who's in charge? Who would Brock want to be in charge?
Well, he'd be crazy to put Padre in charge, and Kinsey doesn't have enough charisma. If I can be honest, I figured I was the natural choice, and I couldn't let Brock have his way right there. I think he made that claim when he did because it would have been inappropriate to fight with him during a funeral. But lines had to be drawn.
Dang it. I can't believe things are going in this direction.
Well, it might be over pretty quick. I've been thinking about it, and if I can get support from some of the directors, maybe it'll be over before it starts. I was hoping maybe you could tell me if Demo Dave has ever expressed any kind of opinion about me.
I mean, no? Is that why you came to see me? Politics?
I also trust you.
It's not like he's never talked about you, but he thinks you don't have your team together. Meanwhile, Padre's a little off his rocker, but his guys are tight and always on task.
Oh man, he's judging me on Elvis and Lowry.
Well, they are your team, Mason.
Yeah, but can't he just see I'm cool and hands off and stuff? I mean, we get our work done too.
Sure, it's not your work he's critical of, though. It's all the other stuff. I don't think he'd want to see your bandmates elevated any higher than they are.
I mean, he knows they're not going to be put into administrative office too, right?
I think people largely see you all as a package deal.
All right. Okay, look, I appreciate the information. And also I wanted to say you were right about that meat. I should have just thrown it out.
Yeah, it was obvious you should have.
I know. Okay, but look, I gotta go talk to some other people about the direction the colony is going, so I gotta catch up with you later, okay?
So this was just a business call?
No, you're not just business. Come on, maybe we can take a walk in hydroponics later tonight, if you're free.
No, I think I'll be busy later tonight.
All right, Lever. Head down to maintenance and try to catch Deb.
Sure. It's off hours due to the funeral, but it seems like she's half-heartedly distracting herself with work regardless.
Hey, Deb, do you have a minute?
I suppose so, Mason. What's up?
Well, you probably saw that little spat we had on stage during Brock's funeral, and I was wondering if maybe I could get your support behind everything.
My support for what? To make yourself a fool during a solemn occasion?
Actually, to help de-escalate everything. See, the band platforms are weapons, and without your maintenance, they won't last for very long. So as the maintenance manager, if you vouched for one particular leader, I think that would solve things pretty quickly.
Right, of course.
I just want to point out, Padre caused that whole incident, and he's liable to cause a few more, especially if he's in charge.
And don't you think he's going to make trouble for me if I go against him? Besides, why do you want this, Mason? I always saw your group as the good boys. Not the ones who set the best example, mind, and not the ones who thought your job made you lord of the colony. Just the boys who did the work, then went home and had a beer, read a book, canoodled a girl.
Well, we are that. Kinsey wants to take the colony apart because that's what Brock wanted. Nobody knows what Padre wants because he takes advice from his own hair. I just want the colony to be a place that people can live.
I would rather have Kinsey, to be honest. She's steady. She's already not much fun. What you're trying to set yourself up for isn't about you and the boys. I know Elvis is dealing with enough just trying to govern his own self. And Lowry, bless his heart, he's just too sensitive.
Okay, forget them. What about me? What I'm hearing is that you think that Elvis and Lowry are a liability.
That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying they're sweet boys with their own personal struggles.
Padre talks to his own hair. That is a big personal struggle.
And I didn't say that Padre was the right fit either. That's why I said I side with Kinsey.
This is unbelievable.
And what's unbelievable about it, Mason?
That you would support literally tearing this colony apart instead of supporting a guy who would eat spoiled meat on the basis that it might still be good. You know, at least that kind of plan is grounded and relatable. Other guys would do that. If Kinsey runs the place, we're not going to have a colony or any spoiled meat. If I run the place, we're never going to throw out any meat. And that's a whole lot better than whatever Padre's plan is likely to be.
Well, all I'm going to say is...
His plan is probably to give everyone shampoo and conditioner. But who's going to pay for all the shampoo, huh? We get hair products from the singers. That seems like a really short-sighted plan.
Mason, all I'm trying to say is Kinsey would have not had an outburst like this.
That's because Kinsey doesn't think about anything. She has no imagination. She just does what she's told. I storm out and then go back to my room to pace around and grumble to myself.
Go by and bother Mason. Hey, Grumbly, I take it that everyone is supporting Padre?
What? No. Nobody is supporting Padre.
Really? Because I would totally support him over Kinsey. Kinsey is boring. Who knows what Padre's gonna do? He might even want to mine the whole colony down to nothing like Brock was gonna do. But he'd make it all crazy and controversial? That'd be fun.
Did you want me to talk to Deb?
No, I already talked to Deb.
Oh. I thought, because I was close to Deb, maybe you'd want me to talk to Deb.
No, because you know what she thinks? That you guys aren't leadership material. In fact, everybody thinks that. Deb said that we were just the beer and pretzels option that eats spoiled meat because we don't want to throw it away.
Well, that is an accurate summary of who we are and what we do. But I suppose it's as they say, familiarity breeds contempt, and everyone is absolutely familiar with our behavior.
They're familiar with your behavior. Nobody will take me seriously because I'm hooked in with you guys.
Well, Brock took you seriously.
You know what? I think we need to split ways for a while.
What do you mean?
I mean, nobody is going to take me seriously so long as I've got Wingus and Dingus on my left and right. Look at Padre. The only person anyone sees or talks about with his band is him. His guys are in line.
That's because he's crazier than the rest of his band, and they're probably scared of him.
Yeah, nobody talks about Kinsey because she never does anything.
But all anyone talks about with our group is you two.
I mean, not.
We need to
not
take a
'cause-
break for a little while. All right? I'm dissolving the band. Good luck, guys, but it's for the best and the good of the colony.